What is up, guys? My name is Jackal, and we are back for more Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Here to talk about Bojack Horseman once again. And somebody brought to my attention that I believe 2 episodes ago, the audio midway through the video just goes whack. Just terrible. I don't even know what I did to cause it to do that. I don't know if I hit the button that's on my headphones and that on the on where the speakers, a lot of headphones, have a button on your wired headphones, and I don't know, I must have hit that because that tends to fuck up the audio pretty bad. But so I'm gonna probably do an episode where I kind of talk about that episode again and kind of clear up my thoughts on that, because that was also, let's face it, a really bad episode because I was pretty drunk that day. But we're back for Season 6, Episode 8 regardless. I think it's Season 6, Episode 6 that I gotta redo, but that's not a problem. But we're here in, what's this place called? Fireburg. Oh yeah. Originality, naming, go. A guy came in saying he could open any lock. Oh. Ooh, I just killed this old man. Damn. How about some explosives? 29? No, 27. I'm done. Alright. Bombs fully stocked up on. Hope everyone's doing well today. This was supposed to be recorded on New Year's Eve, but it's 3:30 in the morning New Year's Day, so I'll have another video to record within the next 24 hours. Ooh, I do not want $95 of refreshments at all. Thank you very much. I want absolutely not that. What do you say? How about some seeds? Ooh, are these the... Oh boy, no. I don't know why that arrow wasn't working for me. Wait, what do these seeds do? The seeds are what I'm thinking of, right? These are what cure MP, right? Not the refresher. It better not be. I'm gonna be pissed. Okay. Everybody here just sells some shit. Yes, I want to listen to the band. Okay. That dude is one of the teammates you get, so I guess I'll listen to the band. Alright, we'll turn this up a little bit. Not too bad on the sprite work for these guys. I like it. Not a bad song either. Nice to see you again, kid. Oh shit, that's that dude. Okay. Okay, he's not going to be on our team, I don't think. He might be on our team later. He might come back on our squad. I think we get somebody else, though. Yeah, this guy, never mind. The volcano seemed odd, so my husband, Aryan, climbed it with his friend, but his buddy freaked out, ran home, and locked himself in. A boulder is keeping us from saving. That is the wackest reason. What? You're Ruben, huh? Have you heard about the crystal fire? I can't deal with that now. I've got to help my dad. Oh, why don't you let me help you? He's stuck behind a boulder. There'd be no problem if we had a mega grenade, but only Dad's friend can use them. Where's this guy's house? In this town, but he shut himself in. Alright, pay him a visit anyway. Alright. And we got Ruben. And old boy has got the second row of health there with him. Reaching that literal next level. A mask lets you get through, lets you see the monsters through the gas in the volcano. Gotcha, Chief. We'll talk about Bojack in a minute here. Ooh. A battle axe? Fuck yes, I do. Alright, hopefully money doesn't become an issue. Oh, yeah. I forgot. That pissed me off last time. Because I left this area and I was like, oh, you know what? You know what there is for me to check out before I turn the game off? I can go over here to go check out what was in this space. Takes me right back up here. There are a ton of monsters in the mine up north. Oh, I'll get them all right. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Should be getting another claw soon. Other than grenades. Grenades you kind of get at a different timing, but the rest it's usually axe, or sword, axe, bomb. Or sword, axe, claw. Sorry. Jesus Christ. So it said to pay me a visit to it, for me to pay a visit to him for no reason, it seems. Nice. But yeah, hopefully everybody's entering the new year correctly. I am just about 4 hours into the new year. Oh, hey. We went to the house in the pit, but the guy wouldn't let us in. You two want in? Then take this. Damn. Dude just gives me a tool for proper B&Es. Nice, Tristan. Extra nice. Well, open says me, buddy. I ran when I saw the monster in the volcano. A huge boulder fell and trapped Aryan. Only a mega grenade can free him. How do you use one? Just throw it. And as I speak, go through the abandoned mine to reach the boulder. As I speak on it, it happens, and I get the next level bombs. I believe these are the strongest bombs in the game. Like I said, I just got the axe, so the next one will be the claw that I get. Alright, so now we got a new teammate. We got our next mission, save his dad. So let's go save a papa. But first. But yeah, so Metal 666. I love it. But anyway, Bojack Horseman, Season 6, Episode 8. I'm going to love that he does that much damage. That is perfect. But, this episode of Bojack was, I was going to say surprisingly, but honestly for this show, unsurprisingly, an episode that really did not, star our old boy. Old boy was actually not in this episode at all. Which, you know, this show has done that enough throughout the seasons that, you know, that's no longer even like a surprise. The show can do just fine on its other characters. But this episode was everything that I was talking about. This episode felt like a fucking gut punch. Because I knew this was coming. Something had to happen like this inevitably. And I think one of the things that it really hammers home to everyone, and I told my best friend when I had first seen the episode earlier in the week that the first thing that immediately popped into my head when the reporter, whatever her name is, the first thing that I could think of when she started snooping around and started investigating, like, the fact that Bojack was part of what led to Sarah Lynn's overdose, one of the things that really stuck in my head was, you know, judging by people who would most likely find a retro game channel, most of you have probably seen the movie Doctor Strange. If you haven't, spoilers. But, Doctor Strange basically uses a power in the first movie that he's not supposed to use, kind of ish. It's considered like an evil dark power. And Cumberbatcher has a homie with him who, when Doctor Strange uses that power, at the end of the movie, he gets all pissy about it. Because his mentality is, all of these bad decisions, whether made for a good reason or not, there is always a price to pay. And the line that really stuck with me was, the bill comes due. Always. And that was a line that really actually stuck out to me a lot with this. Because, let me get the air in my heat in my car to turn off. It's a little chilly, but I don't want it making extra noise. But, it's the line that stuck out to me because, they have done a good job this season of showing... Sorry, I'm trying to fix my shoe. They've done a good job of showing Bojack's growth this season. But the inevitable truth is, even though he's recovering and Bojack is doing better and we're meant to root for him because he's the main character, the truth is that Bojack has run... I guess there's better ways to put this, but we're going to put it this way. This dude has basically run a train on other people's lives. Like, he's ruined people. And this episode focused a lot, not just with these reporters going around and asking questions and probing into Sarah Lynn's relapse. Not just them. But, they go over, what's Bojack's ex-girlfriend's name? Gina. They go into, what's going on with her. And it shows her as, the lead in a show. And, there's at one point where, she's really nervous and really fucked up. She's pretty traumatized from what Bojack did to her. Fucking strangling her and shit, on set. And, this tiny one little thing goes wrong. And, it's not planned accordingly. And she freaks out and starts, trying to make excuses well, I'm not the crazy one. I've worked with crazy people. I'm not crazy. And she's not crazy. But it's very clear that what she went through has traumatized her. And one of the things that was, if we all remember, made very clear by Gina in the last season was that she did not want anybody else to know about this. She didn't want anyone to know in the business about what happened on that set that day. Because she didn't want her career to be defined by the incident with Bojack. So because of that, the guy who's directing the show that she's in has even said to multiple people, or maybe just one person, one conversation, but he's made remark I used to work with her back in the day, it wasn't like this before. She was fine before, and now it's fucked up. And, it sucks that now Gina, due to what Bojack did to her, traumatized her in such a way that it is now literally affecting her job and what is potentially future opportunities for her. Because that one female director that Bojack worked with on that, on the Secretariat movie way back when, she's also going through her shit in, post Bojack, mode where, Bojack broke into this building and so did other people in, in the acting world. And it was really only Gina that got fucked over by it as far as, career-wise. She's the only one that really got blackballed by any of this going on. So, obviously, that makes her mad. And it puts her on, a path of, well, why the fuck is this happening to me? And, I forget her name as well, this director woman. I don't know why I can't remember her name. But even though I can't remember her name off the top of my head, I always loved her because she's someone who always felt like she cared about, like, directing. She felt like she was a director as an artist. Like, she wanted to express something. And, you know, it's funny watching her cope with all of these decisions because, you know, now that she's lost a lot of these, you know, opportunities that she used to have due to getting fired from the Secretariat movie, you know, she gets roped into doing a superhero movie, which, you know, this season came out in 2019. Like, I'm sure we all know the commentary being made right there. And, that is not what I wanted to happen. Ouch. Thank you. I was going to say, please don't hit me again. 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 But he did not hit me again. Alright. Let's just go back to the village and just heal ourselves up right quick. But, you know, I do like her way of kind of coping with this because she still has this real urge to still handle directing as an artist. And, you know, like I said, you know, she's doing a superhero movie, and she basically goes in there to pitch them, like, the idea of a movie that is the most vapid idea of a superhero movie, because it's supposed to be, like, a female-led superhero movie. So, you know, she basically goes in and, like, oh, yeah, girl boss power, everyone loves her, da-da-da. And, of course, you know, the bigwigs that she's selling it to are like, oh, yes, wonderful, oh, geez, yes, this is exactly what we want. All right. Let's go down here instead. Oh. Yes, I can go down here. Oh, well, I guess I can't go both of those ways. I thought I'd have a way back up if I had a way down. Foolish me for thinking such a thing. But, ow, dickhead. But, you know, she tries selling him, like, this super, like, surface level idea of a movie, and when she leaves, I love this about her. She has this moment where, like, she gets in the is there anything down here? She gets into the elevator to leave, and she looks, like, visibly upset at, like, having to do things the way that she's doing them. You're not who I should be hitting with that. Oh, Jesus, what is this bullshit? What is this bullshit? Hitting me with mucus. Okay. Alright, bombs kind of doo-doo ass. So hopefully I get another claw soon. Wouldn't even let me switch my... Oh, I can switch my weapon anytime. I guess it doesn't matter, does it? But, you know, she visibly looks upset going back in the elevator. Like, she doesn't like selling a movie she wants to do as this, you know, non-artistic shit piece. You know? And I like that she inevitably goes back and, like, tries selling a more of, like, a realistic movie with her experience being, like, a woman in her job and how things actually go for you. You know, and she even admits, like, while she's, like, going in back there, because she kind of busts in there, like, well, that's not how it goes, and this is how it goes, and that's my experience, and, you know, maybe this wouldn't actually be a good movie. Maybe it's not uplifting enough. Maybe, you know, but it would be real, and it would be a good story. And it's like, you know, she's right. It might be a story that maybe nobody really wants. But I at least like her integrity as an artist to be like, I know this is what you want. But where the real artisticness to this project lies is over in this direction, actually. And, you know, like I said, she even admits, like, you know, maybe it's not uplifting enough. Maybe this isn't a movie that anybody, you know, maybe it's not a good movie. But this would be a story to tell. And I really like that. I really like her way of approaching that. Because it's something that, you know, I definitely, you know, side with. I mean, in a few months when I get my tax return from work, one of the things that I intend on doing is getting a 6-string bass guitar. I haven't had a bass in, I mean, fuck, it's, by the time I get my tax return, it'll be, how about this? It'll be closer to 10 years than 5. That's how long it'll have been. And, bro, I miss it so much. Like, it doesn't feel like it's been that long, but it feels like it's been so long. And, you know, I would really love to one day incorporate music into my channel. I mean, shit, I'm still a fucking child. My dream is still to become, like, is still to form a fucking metal band at some point in my life. And, you know, there's all this shit with, like, AI art going around nowadays where it's like, what would even be the point of selling, you know, art when, you know, an algorithm could potentially do shit better than you could? And it's like, I guess the only thing that you can really sell as an artist is, like, your mindset and the process that goes into it and the emotions that go into it. Because, I mean, the one thing that an algorithm can't really replicate is the mindset of an artist going into something. And I've talked about this in a past video a long time ago, and I'll probably talk about it again, but this is not exactly the video for it. But art definitely being made that doesn't really regard, like, an artist's mindset, like an AI algorithm where, you know, it's just an amalgamation of, like, whatever's put into it. It doesn't matter if something sounds the same like that. How do I put it? I'll put it this way. Albums that have meant a lot to me, an AI algorithm could have come up with the exact same sound, the exact same songs. But knowing the mentality of the artist that went into it matters, in my opinion, and my appreciation of that art and of that album. Ooh, I'm trying not to sneeze. Son of a bitch. Ooh, hold on. Alright. Just want to put it on Do Not Disturb. Because this is the kind of hour. Bro, why the fuck is my neighbor always creeping around? It's like 3 o'clock in the morning and my neighbor goes to work, like, late as fuck like me, but she's always, like, fucking mean mugging and shit. Drive around like, why is this motherfucker in his car? And it's like, woman, you work at the same time I do. I mean, I don't work today because it's New Year's Day, but, like, this is the hour of work. I get it. Me and you are up at the same time. Fucking chill. But regardless of the AI discussion, and anything I want to talk about regarding that, what I like is that, you know, I feel so bad that I can't remember this fucking director's name. I feel so fucking shitty, especially because I like her character. But she hasn't been a huge fixture in the episodes in a long while. So, like, it makes sense that I don't recognize her, but I would like it if I did. Wow. Fucking jackass missing. Shouldn't even have missed the first time. Run all these fucking enemies down here. Just choo choo. But no, I like her way of handling it. I like her way of still wanting to stay true to herself as an artist. But it does suck to see that, you know, all these steps she's having to go through because of, you know, things that happen that, yeah, are her fault. But that, like, definitely she has seen the harsher side of the punishment and blackballing for it. Because, like, Bojack was equally involved in that shit, but, like, he went on to fucking lead Filbert and shit. Like, the dude went on to do, like, whatever the fuck he wanted afterwards. You know, she didn't have that luxury. And she is feeling a bit salty from it. But yeah, then you also had Hollyhock meeting up with, what was his name? Pete Repeat. Him coming back, because Hollyhock was going to a party, and Pete Repeat managed to be at the party. And, you know, seeing them interact was pretty cute, because they're around the same age. But, as you could tell at the end of the episode, it seems like that he was going to reveal that Bojack was the one who got his ex-girlfriend super drunk. And, you know, everything that went down in Arizona, well, not everything or New Mexico, sorry. Not everything that went down in New Mexico, but he's at least telling her about that part. And, you know, it sucks because what Bojack did back then wasn't right at all. Like, not even close. In fact, that whole trip is, for Bojack, like, the thing that he seems to, like, fucking regret the most is everything that happened on that trip. Other than, you know, the shit with Sarah Lynn. But that seems to be, like, the thing that he regrets most. Is the whole thing with, that happened with Penny and Charlotte and all that really creepy fucking gut-wrenching shit from that episode. God, I don't... episode 211, I still remember that episode. It fucking was something else, man. But, you know... What the fuck was I gonna say about it? God damn it. Now I'm at a loss real quick. I'm gonna pause it 1 sec. Let the train get back on track 1 sec. Alright, that was literally like 10 seconds. But even though like nothing Bojack did in that situation was like good at all, it did kind of suck that, like, you know, the way that Bojack was framed in it was like, yeah, he bought us alcohol and basically forced us to drink. And it's like, okay, I remember what happened, and that's not how it happened. But also, that doesn't really matter because Bojack was the adult and gave minors alcohol. So, like, but it is going to matter in the sense of the story that he's telling Hollyhock. And I don't know how that's going to go. I really don't. Sorry you had to hear the car beat. But, you know, but also, like, it's not like there isn't a part of Bojack that doesn't fucking kind of deserve it, because he left a fucking teenage girl alcohol poisoned at a hospital. Like, she was passing the fuck out and shit. So it's like, you know, yeah, it's not right. And, like, Pete is kind of, like, not really telling the whole truth about the story, but also it's not like it really matters in this. Which is also something I think that's important, is that, like, everybody does still have responsibility, and everyone still has agency. But not everybody has it equally at all times. And when you are an adult, and you are buying alcohol that children are getting, nothing else at that point matters. Nothing at that point even comes close. Get rid of that guy. You know, Bojack really didn't make these guys drink. He didn't really, like, force them. He bought it for him, but if I remember correctly, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe, I could have sworn. Now, I could be wrong, because it's been a long time since I've watched that episode. And I don't really think I want to go back and watch that episode anytime soon. I haven't even finished the show as is, you know, on its own there. But if I'm not mistaken, I think the girlfriend was the only one who was drinking that night. Other than Bojack. Maybe they all had, like, a beer when they were in, like, doing the balloon thing in that one area. Maybe, I don't remember. But she was the only one that I remember drinking, and she was drinking beforehand also. It's not like she only started drinking when Bojack got her alcohol. If anything, I remember Bojack taking a sip of hers and then being like, alright, you're not going to drink this. You're going to drink this instead. Again, not good, but, like, also not the full story from the way that he's saying it. But again, it doesn't even matter that that's not the full story, because they weren't the adults in that situation. Bojack was. So it's, you know, it's an interesting way for the show to approach it. Because, you know, that's not the order that I should have done that in. Because, you know, Pete is right, you know, like, it was just some dude. But, like, you know, and it makes sense, because he's like, oh, you know, it's good to know that it wasn't, like, us or any of our faults. It was just some weird dude. And it's like, legally, yes. But, like, I have to think about this as a dad. Like, if that were my kids, how would my reaction be? You know, not necessarily to the alcohol poisoning, but it's like, if for whatever reason, you know, one of my son's friends, there's that new claw I was looking for. If one of my son's friends, later on in, you know, in their teenage years, let's say he had some friend in his friend group, and she brought an adult man to the prom, and he brought alcohol. Same kind of story. I don't know if I would accept from my son, like, oh, you know, it was just, you know, it wasn't my fault. This dude, like, bought it. He kind of forced us to. You know, I'd be like, motherfucker, no, he didn't. I'm old enough. Peer pressure only really works, as far as I'm concerned, peer pressure only works when you allow it to work. Peer pressure only works on shit that you wanted to do. When you genuinely don't want to do something, most people, now I don't know, maybe my friends are fucking anomalies. But if one of our friends didn't do something, it's because they didn't want to do it. If they did succumb to any kind of peer pressure, usually the reason that they would succumb to that in the first place was because they kind of already wanted to, and they were like, well, and then that's how they got there. Let's see how this works on the elf. It does poison them, though, and that is nice. But yeah, no, this episode was a great episode, but it was a very, very nerve-wracking episode because, you know, it's very much two sides of a coin because, you know, though I do want to see Bojack succeed as a character, you know, because we've been through this whole show with him. You know, we understand the path that he's taken, why he's taken it, and why he's here. And in a perfect world, you could, in many ways, say that, like, there's a lot of this that isn't Bojack's fault in how he ended up. But at a certain point, like, we're not talking about, like, the causality of the fucking universe. We're talking about the decisions you make. So, like, we're not talking about the fact that, you know, we understand Bojack's decisions and we root for him because he's the main character. We've been with him. We understand his emotions and everything. None of that stuff matters because the way that a show is written, none of the other characters on the outside, like, outside of a select few, outside of maybe Diane, nobody else really understands the kind of shit that Bojack has gone through in that way. You know, he doesn't connect with many people like that. I forgot what the whole point of me even bringing that up was. Maybe I'll loop my way back around to it, but... Nice, a crit. A fucking rare-ass critical hit. You don't really get many of those in this fucking game. Sweet. Almost done. I think I'll stop right before I get to that boss. I think I'll just walk around, clean up these last few guys, and then be done for the day. It's already been almost 40 minutes. But, you know, we understand the journey Bojack has gone through. Oh, that's why I was saying that. But, like, nobody else really knows that journey like that. And nobody is obliged to know or care about your journey when it comes to your behavior in a lot of ways like this. It's not going to matter to someone, you know, that you strangled on the set of a movie. It doesn't matter to them and their trauma that you were also traumatized and that's why you did it, you know, through your rampant drug abuse and shit. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to matter to everyone. Nobody's obliged to take your trauma into effect for them. Like, they can. Especially if they're being very kind and nice. Ooh, is there nothing there? Oh, I guess that is it then. Well, goddamn. Yeah, we'll start off the next episode on a boss battle. That is exactly the kind of hot start that I need. But no, this episode was a whole lot of just seeing the destruction that Bojack's wrought on, you know, the people around him. You know, those who were once close to him and those... Well, no, this episode was basically focused on everybody who was once close to him. And I guess a part that I didn't mention is a part that really sucks, and this part I'm only going to get to touch on a minute, and it kind of hurts me to do this, but a part that really does, like, grind my gears and kind of make my blood boil a little bit is the fact that, you know, all of Bojack's hard work that he's done to fight his trauma and fight his demons is going to be undone to me, what feels like, in the long run, because I feel like this is going to cause Bojack to downfall again. Whatever comes from these reporters coming after him, like, they have brought Sarah Lynn's death up so many times since it's happened. They've brought up the New Mexico trip so many times since it's happened. It's gonna come back full circle. I don't know what's gonna come of it, necessarily, but it's got to happen. He does have to act. I mean, he's even said himself, he wants to be taken into it. He did want to be held accountable for all the shit that he's done. And, like, I think this is really going to affect him when it eventually reaches him, that all of this stuff is being looked into. And, you know, I guess the main lesson is that, like I said, the bill comes due. You know, just because you've healed doesn't mean that, like, you're automatically, like, absolved of your sins. Oh, I remember what I was about to say. But, you know, you don't get to be like, oh, I'm better now. Sorry about all that fucked up shit I did. Sorry I'm what helped lead to your daughter's overdose and death. Like, you know, that's not how that works. And a lot of this work is going to be undone, like I said, by Sarah Lynn's mother. Someone who we've gotten hints at throughout the show is part of the reason why Sarah Lynn is in the condition that she's in. Because of the lot of shit that her mom put her through. I mean, her mom even said, like, there was, I still remember one of the lines of this show that stuck out to me the most was Sarah Lynn as a little girl saying, I want to be an architect. And her mom basically saying, like, not in these words, but basically saying, well, I didn't blow the director behind the scenes under his desk so that way you could be an architect. Like, most of these negative things that Sarah Lynn has had happen to her through show business are traced back to her mother's decisions to enter her into this world and to use her for her benefit. So, like, when me and my best friend were talking about this, I think the way that I put it is that it kind of fucks with me that it's not fucking Mr. Meow Meow Fuzzy Face. It's not a cop that we've seen throughout the show in and out, like, occasionally. It's not like we see him having been, like, piecing together and working on this case, and he figures it out and gets this ball rolling. That would be one thing. But it's the woman who is, like, primarily responsible for the, how will we say, the exploitation of Sarah Lynn throughout her stardom. You know, it's her who's going to do it. And it feels like there's a part of her mom that it's still grief because she hasn't gotten over it. And also there's a part of it that, knowing the way that, like, if she was always trying to exploit her daughter when her daughter was alive, probably trying to also exploit her now for attention after her death. There's a little bit of it that feels like attention whory. And it's really fucking disgusting. And, like, it's not like I don't disagree with Bojack even being held accountable. It is just one of those things where it's like, man, I wish it would have been like Officer Meow Meow Fuzzy Face, like a cop that we've seen piece together this puzzle and hold Bojack accountable, or like get the ball rolling, like I said, to get these journalists involved. Whatever it could be. The fact that it's Sarah Lynn's mom is fucking annoying. But that's life. That's how it goes sometimes. You know, somebody can heal and get better and become a better person, but you don't escape. Like, you can escape your past as far as, like, your behavior goes, but you can't escape the actions. A lot of those actions you still get held accountable for, as you should. So, but that's enough for today. This episode has gone on long enough. So, I'll probably be back. For me, it'll be back. I don't know when this video will go up because I still got to edit out the part of the screen and da-da-da. So, at least for me, I'll probably be back within the next 12 hours or so. Probably be back in the next 12 hours. Play me some Metroid 2, The Return of Samus, which I'm excited for. So, until next time, guys, I bid you adieu.